Hello everyone, and welcome to A Piece of the Pie. I have just spent the last several weeks going through piece by piece, trying to explain the whole pie to you, essentially. It took over 40 videos and a long time to go through every concept, explain how they interact, and the like. For those of you who don't know, this is what it looks like. I've spent a very long time going over all of this. If you have any questions, I have a lot of shorts explaining all this. So this is the lexicon I have created to help explain the reality around us and how it functions. This top part is reality itself and how we process that information and what we need to understand before we can even begin to think. This is the part of the section that's the mind and how we go from simple wonderings to certain beliefs. This is the manifest part where we go from certain beliefs or purposes to how that impacts us in the real world. Now, all of this is really important. Why is this important? Well, I started this journey when I realized that basically no one was on the same page, if that makes sense. When I was at college, I realized that a lot of the stuff, the knowledge I had taken for granted, because when I would talk to people, they had no idea about even simple concepts, which is no shade on them, it's just the reality of it. So a seed in my heart was planted to explain things to people in a way that puts us all on the same ground. There was a quote by C.S. Lewis that I'm having a really hard time remembering, and Google is no help, so I tried. But it essentially goes something along the lines of, I will leave the details to the experts, but all of the knowledge common to man is the stuff that I will go over, or something. I'm butchering it, but that's essentially what he said. So my desire here is to take a lot of these concepts and a lot of these philosophical, metaphysical ideas and to break them down, chew them up, put them into very base elements like the periodic table of elements, except it's metaphysical, and then use them like algebra or algebraic equations to explain how and why things function. Because I am a firm believer in rationalizing and applying logic and justification and applying evidence where possible to everything you believe in as much as possible. That's why people like Big John Steele and Jade Dreyer, I'm trying to learn from them, learn how to logic, learn how to justify, learn the arguments, so that way if someone asks me, like, hey, what do you believe or what do you think about this, I can give a very thorough, thoughtful, educated expression of what I've learned. And hopefully, if they're willing to metanoia, also learn